give it illegal ham in the face. But bro, where's the banjo?
Some Cleveland sports shows try to give you hot takes, but only one can give you a big old piece of hot ham. Welcome to Illegal Ham to the Face. Talking all Cleveland sports. And don't forget our Fat Boy Tuesday, where we also ham it up with some fun food topics. Without further ado, let's serve up some ham. Here are the Ham Boys, Fatty, and Big Bry.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome on into another episode of Illegal Ham to the Face. I know it's Wednesday. I know it is not Tuesday. I want to apologize to everybody. I did not put out on our socials. We had a death in our family down in West Virginia. And I was down there Tuesday to be with my family and help grieve the process and everything and be there for my family. So I apologize to everybody that I should have put it out on social, but family comes first in this house. And they definitely came first on Tuesday. So we flipped the switch and switched it over to Wednesday. So we're going to have a great show for you tonight. We are going to be talking, obviously, the Browns preseason game 1. We are also going to dive into the Guardians, who are super hot right now. Fat Boy Tuesday is going to be, if you are the king of the world, what foods are you going to ban? And then finally, for our top 3, we are going to do our 3 Browns cuts and notable cuts that will not make this team this year. Our show is brought to you by Hero Q and Lake Erie APA. Also, City Dogs Cleveland. I have a wonderful video tonight. We do have a trivia, which I am not giving the trivia tonight, but I am so happy tonight because I get to see this face again. He is back. He is the champ. He is Big Bry.
What's up, man?
What's going on,
How you
brother?
doing?
That's a great spot for the belt.
Like it?
I love
There
it.
it is. Keep it up there all season long. Something to shoot for.
Yep, you got to. We do have Legal Ham to the Face Fantasy Football League updates coming. We will be starting up here again soon. Bry has the wrinkle. Bry, do you want to let everybody know what the wrinkle is for this year's Fantasy Football League?
Well, I don't know if I've ironed out all the details yet, but essentially my main goal is to level the playing field for all the positions. So what I'm thinking as far as that goes is tight ends usually are the lowest scoring. So we're going to give them 2 points per reception. Haven't decided if I'm going to go half a point for receivers and a full point for running backs yet, something like that. But then also to bring the quarterbacks down, it's going to be 6 points -6 for an interception. So any quarterback, Baker Mayfield, that throws a lot of interceptions, I don't know if you're going to want
them. Joe Flacco also.
Well, don't you say that. Keep that name out of your mouth. Jameis for sure.
Russell Wilson. So just keep an eye on it, especially somebody in Pittsburgh named Aaron Rodgers. Yeah. So, all right. I love the wrinkle. We will get everything set up. I have the list of everybody. So, Bri, I believe, let me go through the list one more time with you to double check everything. All right. So, the Fantasy Football League list, we have myself, we have you, we got Justin, Chris, Big Man, Lauren, Phillips, Mark, Nick, Harold, Craig, and Joe Bear. I got 12. Am I missing anybody?
I think you got everyone.
You might want to start up the league so that we can see, make sure we didn't miss anybody, and make sure it's not 14. I think it's 12.
Well, do we know for sure if everybody wants in? Are you able to send out a mass text and just be like, hey, if you don't want in, let me know?
I will try to figure that out. I will try to get a hold of everybody and let them know. I'm sure everybody wants back in. I know Harold wants in. Phillips wants in. Chris, Justin, Big Man. Lauren is definitely going to want in. you'll have to reach out to Mark and Nick and see if they want
I
in.
will, for sure.
Craig, I'll reach out to Craig, and then Joe
Craig,
Barry.
I would assume Craig wants in because I think he sent me like a request to
Mhm.
start the league up. So, so I'd be surprised if he wasn't in.
So the only question mark I have is Joe Bear, and I'll have to reach out to Joe Bear and ask him. But we'll get everything set up. We'll get the draft time set up because, buddy, it's coming soon. It's coming real
Right.
soon.
Right. I know it's crazy. It's just I think ESPN had their draft marathon yesterday, so
They did.
watch that a little bit, or the fantasy marathon rather. So yeah, get you in the mood for some football. It's that time of year.
Also, I want to do some breaking news on our show, Bry. I am owner and creator of Network 216 now, and I to announce, Bry, you're gonna love this. On the Network 216 channel, we will have fantasy football coming back. We will also have a certain somebody coming back to the airwaves with the fantasy football pod squad joining the Network 216. Big Man is coming back.
Is that right? Really?
Yes. So tomorrow
Awesome.
night about 7:00 or 8, stay tuned. We'll be doing a Network
I can't
216
wait.
exclusive of fantasy football and the fantasy football pod squad, which is coming to Network 216. They will help you out with all your fantasy football needs. Also, stay tuned. He will give you updates. Hey, he is our fantasy football guru. We love him.
Yeah.
He knows his stuff. He really knows his stuff when fantasy football. So when we get this all started, cannot wait. Can't wait to have him back in the saddle. Juice will be sitting in with him a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
There'll be
nice.
there'll be other special guests joining him.
Okay.
Some from the Network 216, some from the fantasy football leagues out there. And he's going to talk everything fantasy football, get everything set up. So I'm super excited to have Big Man back. Can't wait to pick his brain. He was supposed to sit in with me the last week, but something came up with his father, and we had Justin sit in. But it's okay. Great thing to have him back, and fantasy football coming back to the 216. So can't wait. I don't know if you saw the last 216 show I had, but I had Garrett Bush on with me with the last
really?
show. Yes, I did.
When was that? Oh no, I missed that. Shoot.
It was last Friday.
Wow.
What a great dude. He's
good. He's really good. A lot of fun to listen to.
Yeah, so if you want to go check that out, go to our Network 216 page. It'll be right there at the top with Garrett Bush. It was a great time. I asked him if he could take Joe Thomas, and he said back in the day, maybe, but right now, he's like, I've had 19 surgeries. Ain't nobody taking Joe Thomas right now. So
yeah. Ain't that the truth?
All right, bud. It's going to be a great show tonight. It's been a while since you've been back, so we might go a little bit longer tonight, which I'm okay with. I've missed your face. I love talking sports with you. I know you take the summer sabbatical, which everybody needs. I even, for once, took a summer sabbatical this year. I mean, I think I missed 3-4 shows that we've missed and just kind of pushed. But, bud, baseball is back. Hey, Betty. Princess is up here now. Football is back. Baseball is still kicking in. Cavs news will push off to the side. You got any shout outs tonight, bud? I know Lily's Lemonade is popping off.
Boy, yeah, we had a big one this past week, our biggest. And so, yeah, it was great. Had so many people come out, friends pitching in, just showing up. It got to the point where I was not really needed. We had so many people coming out and pitching in, and I went and got some more supplies, ice and stuff. So, yeah, it was awesome. Everybody who showed up and lent a helping hand, very grateful for that. It's hard for me. I've been off for so long. It's hard for me to remember all the shout outs over the last couple months. So the recent ones that come to mind, my niece Adeline celebrated her birthday last week. So happy birthday to her. My wife and I celebrated our anniversary last week. We went to, I guess maybe 2 week and a half ago, we went to a restaurant in Medina here called the Oaks down in Chippewa Lake. If you've ever been there, it's unbelievable. You have to go there in the summertime because they have a phenomenal patio looking out onto a beautiful lake. So if you're ever down south here in Medina, it's towards the southern part of the county. Definitely check it out. It's a little expensive, but well worth the trip once or twice a year for that type of scenery. So, yeah, we did that. And then the other one that, still hurting my heart is my guy, Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan.
The
Yeah.
Hulkamania. I was a little Hulkamaniac growing up, and it sucks that so many people want to bring him down in death and bring up the mistakes that he's made in his life, and not just focus on the positives. But yeah, that's why I still got decked out in the real American stuff here. He was one of a kind. He was an entertainer, and he wasn't perfect, but a lot of people looked up to him. So I was one of them. So that news hit hard. But yeah, nobody's immortal. It happens to everybody. So got the championship belt though. Be rocking that all year long.
Yeah, and I had to call and make a wellness check on you. I remember the phone.
As
soon as I found, I was like, man, I gotta call Bri. Bri, are you okay, buddy? Are you okay?
Man, it's just it hit at the perfect time. I really don't follow much. I haven't followed much wrestling since probably late '90s or so. But growing up, yeah, he was one of the heroes. He's one of the icons of the sports world. I think it really almost transcends wrestling, just with everything that he did in Hollywood and activism and stuff like that. So, yeah, but he's going to be missed. That's a rough sport, especially to be doing it into your 60s. So it takes its toll on your body, and he had all sorts of back issues and stuff like that. And yeah, he'll be missed. But I even played. I think I played at my wedding. I played "Real American," one of my favorite songs. Just gets me going, gets me so fired up every time I hear it. And
tell me you had the smoke machines too.
No, it was for the garter. When you take off the garter, I kind of did an okie doke. I started playing a different song, and then I went under there, and then Real American started playing, and I started getting fired up after that. So I don't remember much. It was I blacked out. I was just so fired up. So it was perfect.
Did you rip the shirt and then grab a hold of the back?
No, I should have. That would have been fantastic. I should have. Like I did the ear, listen over here, listen over there. But no, I didn't rip the shirt. I wasn't thinking that far ahead, I guess.
Oh, that would have been awesome. That would have been awesome. That would have been a video of all videos.
I know. Right. That would have been good. And I was in better shape at that time, so it might have been not so embarrassed to do it.
So the only shout out I got, Bud, is obviously my family in West Virginia. We had Aunt Sissy pass away. She helped raise my kids. She lived with us here in Cleveland for a while. 56 years old. Man, it's a hard one. It's a hard one right now. She was definitely a huge part of our lives here, especially with our kids, who are taking it hard right now. But it makes you realize how much life is and how much precious it is to, just live life and do what you have to do throughout the day and just enjoy it, because you never know when, it's the last one. Right. And that's something that sucks, is being a parent and being a father, trying to explain and relay that to your kids, especially when they're hurting and their emotions are going crazy. It's been definitely a difficult week for us. But I just want everybody to know, Aunt Sissy, we love you. You're amazing. Glad you're in heaven now, and appreciate everything you did for my family here. I can't thank you enough. And I even yelled at her when we went down for the funeral, because she left me something in the will that I will not repeat on here. But it was one of the things that, it just hit you so hard. And I just walked up. I'm like, damn you had to make me cry again. Like, I've been crying enough, Aunt Sissy. You made me cry again. I love you. But just shout out to my family in West Virginia who's going through this, and know that I love them. and they're here for them for whatever. So just thank you for everybody also that throughout the text messages. Cynthia Bry, thank you for moving the show to Wednesday so that we could do calling hours and everything else. I just want to thank everybody. All right, let's get into the show, Bry. We're going to have a great show. You have trivia tonight.
Yes, sir.
Do have a video to play of dogs to be adopted from City Dogs Cleveland. If you cannot adopt, please volunteer and donate. Near and dear to our heart. We love City Dogs Cleveland. But let's get this show started. Let's get trivia going. Here we go. Our trivia is brought to you by City Dogs Cleveland, and here are some beautiful adoptable dogs from City Dogs Cleveland. Bri, you ready for these faces?
Mm-hmm.
What a great video from City Dogs Cleveland. Now that my wife's not here, Brian, I might go down this weekend and adopt Palmer. It looks like a dog that I would adopt. And guess what? She can't say no. He's already here, right?
Easier to ask for forgiveness. 100%.
Exactly.
Do it.
If you can, please go adopt any of those dogs. If you can't adopt, volunteer, donate. They can look for anything else. I believe they're doing their fundraiser, or not fundraiser, but good God, there's a giveaway going on right now where they can win $10,000.
Oh, yeah, I heard about that last week.
Yes. So if you go to City Dogs Cleveland on their Facebook page, anything, Instagram, all that stuff, there's going to be a link there. You go and vote for them, and they can win up to $10,000 free for the kennel. So please go vote for them. Right, as last as I knew, they were in first place by 22%. Right. So please go help them out, push them over the edge, get $10,000. All right, Brian, what's the trivia for tonight, my friend?
Okay, well, I had one, and I thought, well, maybe I'll throw you a curveball. It may not be a curveball because you may have heard the same thing I heard, but it's Guardians question. Guardians Indians, a Deans question. Last night, Jose Ramirez broke the record for most multi-home run games for a Cleveland baseball player with 27. There were two guys that he passed. Who did he pass last night? Did you hear this?
I did hear it, but I cannot remember the names offhand. I know that Jim Thome is on that list, and also Manny Ramirez is on that list.
Okay. Are those your two guesses?
No. We'll wait till
I was about to say, did you forget how trivia works to where we hold it till the end?
I know Manny Ramirez was 5th on that list. I think Manny Ramirez had 22 or 21 while he was here in Cleveland. But I know exactly what stat you're talking about.
Sounds like you know the list.
Well, I know part
if you can remember the 5th place guy and how many he had.
But I don't remember 2nd and 3rd. That's the thing.
Well, I guess we'll find out later. You'll have to stay tuned if you remember 2nd and 3rd.
We'll find out later. Well, Brian, it's time to pull off the Band-Aid, and it's time for us. I don't even know if Chris is in here tonight. I don't even know if he knows we're going live tonight, but it doesn't matter. It's time for your Cleveland headlines. First off, for your Cleveland headlines, Cleveland Guardians are going again tonight. I believe they are live right now. They went 6:40 against the Miami Marlins. Bry, they have been on a hot streak of all hot streaks. I believe they are 22-8 since the 10-game losing streak. Offense is going nuts. Kyle Manzardo should be an everyday player. I don't know why he is not still. The man has, 23 home runs right now, being a part-time player.
Wow.
He went yard again last night. Hosey went yard twice last night. Kwan's in a little bit of slump. But the stat that I want to bring out to everybody, even though we lost Manuel Clase and Ortiz, and probably going to lose them for a very long time from what I am hearing from certain writers from the Guardians, Brian, the bullpen is the number one bullpen right now since July 1st. They're playing great baseball right now. They're catching fire. They are 5 games back in Detroit in the Central. They're 1 game back in New York in the wild card. Brian, they're going to screw around and end up getting into the playoffs again.
Yeah, I mean, that was the formula last year for them making a run. Doing well for the whole season and then making a run in the playoffs was their bullpen and just carrying them. So the fact that they're getting back to that, I think, is a great sign. And the bats are starting to come alive a little bit. We're never going to be the Yankees or the Mets, but sometimes you don't have to be. Sweeping the Mets a week ago kind of really opened my eyes to their potential. And just, I mean, what we've said all along, what I've said all along, what everybody knows is it's just such a long season. You think of where we were at during that 10-game losing streak and just how down everybody was on everything involving Cleveland baseball. And then, the Clase stuff happening. And, there's just been so much turbulence throughout the entire year and adversity for them to overcome that just hang around. Just keep winning games. They don't necessarily have to go on this unbelievable streak to where they're winning, 700, 800% of their games. But if they just keep afloat and keep, the Tigers in distance and, not fall too far behind of the wild card, you just, you always hear with baseball, just get in. So I think they're positioning themselves to make a run. I wasn't here for a lot of the Guardians talk over the last couple months, but I think getting rid of Bieber was, maybe not the best play for this year, but I think maybe was the best thing for their long-term future for what they're thinking, because something about the Bieber situation just kind of always rubbed me the wrong way, to where he held all the cards. Like, if he was good, he was going to be leaving us, no doubt. But if he was bad, he still had that option to come back to Cleveland for like $16 million. So yeah, it just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, he was friend zoning the Guardians. We were his safe school, where if things didn't work out to where he could go to the Dodgers or the Yankees or the Mets, then he would come back to the lonely little Indians or Guardians. And so, yeah, that just kind of always rubbed me the wrong way. Now I understand what the Guardians did and why they did what they did, keeping him around, because we got a prospect out of it. So just by hanging on to him for a couple extra months, we've got a prospect out of it. And, who knows if he was really tearing it up and we were looking like the team from last year, he could come in and give us a postseason run and be an asset for us. But it just didn't work out that way. So, I don't blame the Guardians for doing what they did with him. And so I don't know much about this prospect we got back, but it's something rather than let him go for nothing.
Well, it's a 20-year-old prospect. I believe it's like the number 3 pitching prospect from them. It's another young pitcher. And what do they do best? They find young pitchers. I mean, look, even though Slade Ciccone got kind of rocked up, they traded Josh Naylor for Slade Ciccone. He's probably the 3rd man on and possibly 2nd man, because Bybee has been kind of shaky lately. But what I've loved seeing so far is Gavin Williams. Dude, Gavin Williams, big league, has been pitching like crazy. since the All-Star break. And he had a no going into the ninth inning. And then, of course, Juan fucking Soto has to, one up us. Thank God it wasn't Lindor. If it was Lindor, I probably would have lost my shit. But
almost as bad with Soto.
I know it is, but hey, you're down that much, and you guys are getting crushed. And then, hey, gotta love baseball. Let's do the bat flip. Let's stare him down as we're walking because I ruined your no. Yeah, like, okay, dude, really? I'm glad you guys still lost.
He's a chump. Yeah, he's a rich chump, but he's a chump.
But yeah, and like you said, Brian, just keep winning series. That's all you gotta do. Win the series.
Sure.
Win the series. Win the series. Win the series. You just win series. Guess what? You're going to end up where you're going to end up at the end of the year, and whether that be in first place in the Central or in the wild card, and just let the cards go. Because right now, as hot as this team is offensively, and it's not just Jose. Jose went 0 for 12 and then came out with 2 home runs and a double last night. Quan's in a slump right now. This is other people stepping up, Brian. This is Arias. This is CJ Kafis. This is Manzardo. This is Rocchio. Good God, who would have thought Rocchio of all people? There's other people standing up now and doing some stuff, and I think that's what's driving this Cleveland Guardians team because they need those guys to step up. And I'm telling you what, if Manzardo's not in the everyday lineup, I don't know what the hell is going on. This kid has been – he's hitting 1,200 OPS right now, Brian. That's insane of what he's doing right now. So they need to get him in the lineup more. And it's proven now. Like, you got a guy on your bench that's got over 20 home runs, and it's part-time home runs. Part-time. Just think how many home runs he'd have if he played full-time. Just think. He could have been at 30 right now. We had another 30 bopper to go with Jose Ramirez. When was the last time that happened? Exactly.
Lindor, probably. Yeah.
Maybe.
I would say.
Yeah. But I know nobody wants to hear us do Guardians because it is football season, and football is God in Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
And, Bri, we had our first preseason game. We had Flacco not playing. We had Kenny Pickett pull a hammy. We had Dylan Gabriel pull a hammy. And then Shador Sanders comes out. And, Bri, I want to get your reaction to Shador's game, preseason game, what you thought of him, and then I will give my reaction.
It was better than what I expected. If I had to give him a grade, I'd probably give him B, maybe a B minus. It was just, as a Browns fan, I get so excited and especially this preseason game, I get so excited for the preseason. But then, as you look back at the preseason when you're in week 6 or week 8, you really realize that, why was I getting so excited for that? And I think back to DTR and what happened with him and just how excited we were. We were so excited that we had him and he played well in 2 preseason games that we got rid of our backup and we promoted him. He was a 5th round pick. And so, we really thought we had something with him. So there's still part of that kind of sits with me when it comes to Shador. Even though, I'm not comparing them as prospects because Shador is so much more talented than DTR was and is. But it's just, you have to remind yourself that, okay, this isn't real NFL football. This is close. This is, 3rd string guys, 2nd string guys, 1st string guys, even in some cases, but just everything is so vanilla. But I think you almost have to look at the preseason as a pass fail. And I think you give him a pass. For one game, you give him a pass. Like I said, he was a little better than what I thought he would be. He made a couple plays, he made a couple throws that get you excited, that you want to see more out of him. I'm not ready to say that he's our franchise quarterback going forward. I still think, you and I bet a little bit, what would you put the odds at Shador Sanders being the Browns franchise guy for the next 10 years?
What would you say? 30% maybe?
No, I mean, like in betting terms. Plus what?
God, it's got to be like plus 550, right?
Yeah, kind of in the ballpark where I was at. Yeah, plus 500, plus 600, something like that. It just because these guys don't grow on. It's so hard to find them, and so seeing. I'm going to call him a 5th-round pick, but I really don't think he's a 5th-round pick talent. But he's probably more like a 2nd or 3rd-round talent. I think that's more fair. So even to find a 2nd or 3rd-round guy who becomes your franchise quarterback is really difficult to do. So still, I think, best case scenario, he plays well this year. Maybe we still draft a guy in the 1st round, and then we're kind of like, hopefully, best case scenario, we're in the situation that the Chargers were in with Drew Brees and Phil Rivers, to where you have 2 competent quarterbacks, and you just have to pick between the 2 of them. And I think that's probably, unless Shador just comes out here and completely blows me away, and he looks like Jaden Daniels did last year. Unless that's the scenario, I think you're still drafting one next year, and then worst case scenario, you have 2 franchise quarterbacks. What's wrong with that for a franchise that's been looking for a quarterback for 30 years? Now you have 2 of them. I think that's a pretty good problem to have.
As grading Shador in preseason game 1, Brian, I'm with you. I'm going to give him a B. Even Chris chimed in. He struggled against the 1s and did okay versus the 2s and better versus 3. He got 3 quarters. You got to see some stuff from him. You got to see stuff you like, stuff you didn't like. He's also a rookie. The good thing I did like about this whole situation is the coaching staff played to his abilities. They didn't leave him out to dry. They played to his abilities, let him kind of come through, called plays for him, which I was kind of happy to see. One thing I did not like, 4th and 1, and you're running 30 yards backwards. Not good.
Was that on 4th and 1?
Yeah, not good.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, you can't be doing that.
But also, they went empty set on him. And it was like, okay,
right.
We're supposed to be a running team. Why are you going empty set?
Right.
My thing is with Shador Sanders, and yet, Brian, you're probably right with a, 2nd or 3rd round talent. But guess what? Everybody's like, well, he was a 1st round talent, and we got him in the 5th round, but he's a 1st round talent. You still drafted him in the 5th round. I don't give a shit what his talent was to start out with. You got him in the 5th round. He is a 5th round draft pick. That is where you ended up getting him. You weren't even going to get him until he dropped to the 5th round, and then it kind of forced your hand. Or like, well, shit, we got to get him now. He's here. Like, we weren't expecting this. So don't come into it like the Browns should have picked him 2nd overall, 2nd round, whatever what it was. It is what it is. He is a 5th round pick. He is coming in. Obviously, he's depth chart number 4. He has not done 1st team reps. He is learning, and they're doing right by him with that, right? They're letting him catch up. They're letting him get his feet underneath of him. And with this preseason game, the great thing that I love about this is it shows the coaching staff, okay, he's ready for the next step. Give him a little more. Give him some reps with the 1s. Give him some time with this. Give him some time with that. Put more on his plate and build this kid up the way he needs to be built up instead of what most people do and throw these quarterbacks out there and they get ruined. But also, right, preseason game 1. I can't get hyped up for it because every year, Brian, we get hooked. We get hooked on somebody. We get hooked so hard. We got hooked on DTR one game when he did great. We got hooked on preseason quarterbacks, preseason games, and we get hooked. Keep it up. If he's able to play, he does have an oblique injury. He sat out today. But if he plays again on Saturday, I want to see him do better. If he does better, give him more time. But don't be rushing this whole thing. There's a reason why you got Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett to take the blunt of the blow for the first 6 games of this and let you guys actually go through this process right. Joe Flacco knows this offense. He did good in this offense. They brought in Kenny Pickett because they liked his athleticism, even though he's hurt now. But there's a reason why everything – now, the one reason they drafted Dylan Gabriel in the 3rd round still floors the shit out of me. But they love the kid's smarts, but it's not translating on the field now. He might be the smartest kid in the room, but if you can't throw the football, what are you doing here? But I like what I saw out of Shador. And the one thing that everybody is so clamoring over is his first touchdown pass. Right, his first touchdown pass, he threaded the needle. Everybody's up in arms. Oh my God, that's a franchise quarterback throw, and blah, blah, blah. Brian, if that was a first team defense, would that window be open for him to throw that?
The one guy, I mean, if it was a good cornerback, the one guy that was covering the other receiver would have broke off it and probably picked it off. Yeah, I would
picked
agree.
it off. And it's nothing against him. It's a great throw. But that's not a first team defense. That's not an elite cornerback that you're throwing against or a safety there. You threaded a needle. I am so happy for you. Now, the second touchdown pass, love that touchdown pass. He trusted the pocket. He trusted his running back was going to pick up the blitz, and he did the second post and put it right where you need to put it, Bri. Down low where only your wide receiver can catch it, and it was a great pass. But still, he's a rookie. He's got to learn. We got to do this the right way, Brian. We have been doing this the wrong way for 30 fucking years. We need to do this the right way. And if he becomes a franchise guy, he does. If he doesn't, we got 2 first-round picks next year. We'll find out this year what these quarterbacks are made of. And I have a feeling, Brian, that all 4 of them are going to play at some point in time this year. I hate to say that, but I have a feeling all 4 of them are going to play at some point in time this year unless one of them gets cut.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what do you think about what I just said?
Yeah, with the Shador hype, it's something that I don't really believe a ton, but I'm at the same time I'm kind of buying into it. And the reason I'm kind of buying into it is because it's really the only show in town. Like, if we didn't have Shador Sanders, I mean, you want to talk about a depressed fan base. I mean, you'll have the Flacco truthers. You still have the people that love Joe Flacco. They think he can absolutely do what he did against the Jets and the other teams that gave up that year. Case Keenum and Trevor Lawrence and Trevor Siemian and Justin Fields, all those great quarterbacks that he beat. They think he can do that against Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and all these great quarterbacks. Like, it's going to be easy. So those people I might think are a little delusional. I still think he's a good quarterback. I still think he's one of the best 32 quarterbacks on the planet. But he's probably closer to 32. So without Shador kind of giving us this distraction, nobody's fired up about Kenny Pickett. Nobody's fired up about Dylan Gabriel. Even if Shador wasn't here, nobody's fired up about Dylan Gabriel. You hear these beat writers tell you how bad he looks. You hear the national media tell you how overdrafted he was. You can see with your own 2 eyes how small he is. The Browns seem to think that size doesn't matter in a Goliath's game. So thank goodness we have Shador kind of give us a distraction. Some people don't like how much they talk about him, and I get it. But other than that, what else do we have to get fired up about? Unless you're really into Schlesinger and Mason Graham, these young rookies, Quinshon Judkins, and we won't even start talking about that. That was a guy that you could maybe get fired up about. Probably not right now, and there are not going to be many Judkins jerseys in the stands, I wouldn't imagine. So it's just, it's Shador, and then it's everybody else. So yeah, thank goodness we have this distraction, and the clock is kind of ticking on him because right now we're drafting a quarterback in the first round next year. Until it's up to him or I guess Dylan Gabriel to prove otherwise. But again, I think they would have to go, all-time great rookies for us not to draft a quarterback next year because we've positioned ourselves in a quarterback-heavy draft to go do the thing, get the guy that we want, that we've been clamoring for 3 decades now, and we're finally in a position to go make it happen. So I really think they just have to ball out, like win 75% of their games or something like that, and just look like they are a franchise quarterback. So, like I said before I left for the summer, I think we're just kind of spinning our wheels with Joe Flacco, because this season should be about, is it Shador Sanders? Is it Dylan Gabriel? Can one of those guys, even Kenny Pickett, if he has a good year, you have to pay him. So we don't want to do that based on, him playing well for 10 games or 12 games or whatever like that. So it's about the two rookies. We have anything in them, and just going from there. And so it's gonna be a long season, but we're hopefully gonna have glimpses of things to get excited about, be it with these quarterbacks or with the defense or with maybe a playmaker or two coming up, and coming out of nowhere for us to get excited about. But right now it's Shador until he proves us otherwise. It's probably going to be a topic until he plays and doesn't play well. So he's going to have to fail for us to kind of be like, all right, let's stop talking about this guy. He's not worth our time. But yeah, I still think Dylan Gabriel is shooing for the first chance between him and Shador. I mean, for whatever reason, the Browns love this guy, and I don't think there's anything Shador can do to move ahead of him unless Dylan Gabriel goes in a regular season game and falls flat on his face. I think that's the only way Shador is going to move in front of him. And even if Gabriel looks bad, their reputation is on the line because everybody is saying the Browns screwed up. The Browns are idiots for drafting Dylan Gabriel as high as they did. How is he still above Shador Sanders? So they're going to be thick-headed when it comes to that, and they're not going to want to hear anything else. They're going to be dead set on proving everybody wrong with this guy. And so, as Browns fans, we just kind of, as Jim Rome says, Bohica, buddy. Here it comes again.
I want to bring up something you just said, Brian, because the Dylan Gabriel, because they drafted him third, that's their guy. There's nothing Shador can do to jump that guy. Brian, I believe this Saturday, if Dylan Gabriel goes out, and if he does play in this preseason game, and he goes out and he just looks mediocre, and Shador actually plays again and actually looks good again, I don't know how they cannot offset that. And the thing is you're talking about like nationally, they'll be like, oh God, you guys drafted in the third round, you guys are horrible. Brian, you can flip the script on that and be like, oh my God, you drafted Shador in the fifth round, you guys are geniuses. Oh my God, look at the value you got in the fifth round. So it kind of works both ways with that. But I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel, that.
Not many Browns fans are, unless you're an Oregon fan or an Oklahoma fan.
It was even a college fan. I wasn't even. It has no Ohio State bias to it or anything of that nature.
I believe you.
But it's like I wasn't a fan because I see these guys all the time. You have the guys from Hawaii that did great. Oh my God, he played for 60 games. He's a light it up. Brennan. All these guys that were the highest percentage completion passes in college football history. Guess what? They're not in the NFL right now. There's a reason why they're not in the NFL right now. Either A, they're too short, or B, they're not as accurate as you think they are, and they got schemed up to be that accurate playing in college. But man, this Dylan Gabriel thing is killing me, Bri. Like I just don't see it. I don't see it.
So I don't even think that the Browns or Kevin Stefanski or Andrew Berry even believe that Dylan Gabriel can be a franchise quarterback. I think what Kevin Stefanski believes is he sees a guy similar to Case Keenum that he had in Minnesota that he can turn into a solid backup and a game manager that, because you don't really, honestly, you don't draft franchise quarterbacks in the third round. You might get lucky, with Russell Wilson, but you don't draft a quarterback in the third round, especially in a quarterback weak draft, thinking that he's going to be your franchise quarterback. You draft him thinking you can make him a lifetime backup for 10 years, i.e. Case Keenum. And if he plays really well, maybe Somebody gives him a bunch of money and makes him a starter. But I don't think they think Dylan Gabriel can be a franchise quarterback. And that's the enticing thing for Browns fans is we're not interested in can you be a backup for 10 years. We're interested in can you take us to the Super Bowl? And that's where, the Shedeur Sanders hype comes into play. When Mel Kiper says you're better than the guy who was taken number 1 overall and we got you in the 5th round, there's people that are going to believe that and buy into that and say, well, maybe, his dad was an all-time great. Why can't he be?
Yeah. And the thing that kills me is we're going through this whole thing again. When we had the Baker Bros, we had the Watson Warriors, and now we got the Sanders people. Like, there is a faction of this fan base that kid is shit and gold right now. And you cannot tell them otherwise. He is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And it's like, guys, how many times have we done this to ourselves? Let's go through the list. Cody Kessler, Brady Quinn, Charlie Fry, Kelly Holcomb. Do I need to go through the jersey of all the names that have started for this team? Like, just give it a second. Here we go. Browns agreed to retire Sanders' number after he fails to make the practice squad. I love it. But I mean,
Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, but that's where we're at right now. Is we are so desperate and deprived for the best position available, and Brian, we still cannot figure it out, and we can't figure it out while everybody else is hitting magic, and everything's going great for them, and it's just like, ugh.
It's the hardest thing to do in sports. I mean, you could say everybody else is hitting magic. Not necessarily. Look at the Jaguars. Mm-hmm. They paid their quarterback a ton of money, and he's not winning them anything. You look at the Miami Dolphins, paying their quarterback a ton of money. Not really, there's only a handful of guys on this planet that can win you a Super Bowl. And until you have one of them, it's hard.
But they're franchise quarterbacks for that team. Brad, we still haven't found a franchise quarterback. We haven't even found a guy that can stay here for 5 years. Like, this is where we're at. It's like 2, 3, done. 2, 3, 4, done. 2, 3, done. Like, we haven't had a guy to at least give a 6 years look at. Have we?
It depends on your definition of franchise quarterback. Is franchise quarterback a guy who you can give a second contract to? Or is franchise quarterback a guy who can win you a Super Bowl?
I think a franchise quarterback can get you to the playoffs whenever he wants to. Now it's up to him to get to the Super Bowl after that. But how many quarterbacks? I mean, you have Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I believe Baker Mayfield for Tampa is a franchise quarterback for them. You have, but you say that
he plays in the weakest division, and he's very fortunate to play in the weakest division in all football.
But yet, does he not make the playoffs, Bri? That's where I'm at right now.
I need this team.
I need this team to make the playoffs.
And I believe he could have done that if he was playing in Cleveland. If he was playing Bryce Young and Michael Penix and who else? Who's the fourth team in that? He could have done that in Cleveland, but instead he's playing Lamar Jackson and Joe Burrow and the Steelers defense and 9-8 every year. A lot of it is circumstantial. But to me, a franchise quarterback can win you playoff games, give you a look at the Super Bowl. And so, like I said before, there's a handful of guys. Maybe you're looking at 6, 7, maybe 8 guys at most. Like Justin Herbert, is he a franchise quarterback? He's really good. He'll probably get you to playoffs. Can he win you a Super Bowl? I don't. He's kind of borderline right now.
Well, the thing is,
there's nothing to it till you do it.
National media loves Justin Herbert, and they loved Justin Herbert when he came out. They love him now. Same with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be the next Andrew Luck, supposed to be the next guy in line. Guess what? No, he's not.
They're the prototypical quarterbacks. Tall, mobile, good arm, but you need that something extra. You can't just build these guys in a lab.
Also, it depends on where you're drafted at too, because at the time, I hate to say it, Urban Meyer is not an NFL head coach, and probably
you finally admit it, huh?
Hey, I'm all right.
Worst
I didn't
ever?
say that he was.
Worst ever?
Nah, there's worse. Hugh Jackson.
I don't know.
Hugh Jackson's right up there.
Hey, he got 2 years, 2.5.
Well, yeah, and those 2 years were 0-16 and 1-15.
Yeah, how do you bring him back for a third year? That's unbelievable.
Well, we're a glutton for punishment here in this city. All right, so Bri, other than Shedeur Sanders, were you excited about the other two rookies with Schlesinger and Mason Graham and how they played?
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things for them, and like I've said with Mason Graham, it's hard to get too excited about him because he doesn't look like Aaron Donald. He doesn't splash in the film room, but he gets it done. He's taking up double teams, freeing up these linebackers and stuff. So as far as that goes, those two guys, I think for sure passed after one game. I'm going to stop short of calling them superstars, but I think it's something to get excited about, especially Schlesinger. It sounds like he's playing. He's making these impact plays. Maybe got a couple sacks of Jalen Hurts, and they're going to put a lot on him. It sounds like with JOK. It's just it's always a kick in the pants when you think that, okay, if Schlesinger is as good as everyone thinks he could be, you could have him and JOK just wreaking havoc for the whole division, for the next 3 years. So that one's a tough pill to swallow. But if we have to replace JOK, it looks like he's taken everything that they're putting on his shoulders, and he's looking like they made a good pick there.
And Diabate is looking good in camp too, Bri.
He always does. I feel like, though.
I know, but you just got.
He's small. He's tiny. He's almost like the size of a safety.
That's where they're at right now with linebackers.
That's what they want. Yep, I know.
That's what they want.
You're right.
So
JOK's not that big.
So we have Philly coming up. What are your expectations for this Philly game? Obviously, we're not going to see Joe Flacco again. We're not going to see Kenny Pickett again. It's probably going to be a Gabriel Sanders and Snoop Huntley. Hey, you might as well. Hey, there might be a Deshaun Watson on the bench again. Why the hell is he flying with the team right now? I have no fucking idea.
I guess my expectations are, I want to see Dylan Gabriel and what he has. Is he as bad as the media thinks he is, or is he as good as the Browns think he is? He's kind of been this guy for fans who's kind of flown under the radar. So we have the bar. Shedeur set the bar last week. Now we need to see if Gabriel can match it. And regardless of what he does, there's going to be the detractors that say, just preseason, or he's going against the Eagles, are much more difficult than the Carolina Panthers. I just want to see it. So, ideally, what would be great is if Gabriel played first half and Shedeur played the second half. So we had. And it's not apples and oranges, because Gabriel probably go against some better players than Shedeur does, but most people are smart enough to think, well, this guy looks terrible and this guy is looking good for 2 straight weeks. The Browns have got to do so. We just got to put heat on them, I feel like, because they're so stubborn. Let's see Shedeur with the ones. One thing that makes me so upset is the answers that Stefanski gives the media sometimes. Like he was on Ken Carmen's show, maybe a month ago or a month and a half ago, and Carmen asked him, how quickly do you remove the tags, the 3rd round and the 5th round tags on these two guys? And Stefanski said immediately. No, that's the biggest wheelbarrow full of BS that he's ever fed us. They still think, now obviously they picked one guy over the other guy, so they think the other guy's better. But don't tell me that. That's absolutely not the case. One guy is outplaying the other guy, but because you drafted him first, you feel like you have to make your point that he's better. So don't give me that crap that these guys are on a level playing field, because they're clearly not, because they put Gabriel ahead of Sanders in every single practice rep.
All right, so I'm going through the comments right now, and Brian, I have to bring this up. Justin, I need to ask you, and I need you to be honest with me. Are you Raul? Because if you're not Raul, you are awesome. I love the comments. I'll keep giggling at them as they come in, but I cannot put them on the screen right now. It was a lot. And Brian, I'm sorry for dropping the F-bomb about Deshaun Watson. I just don't know why he's traveling with the team. I don't know why he's with the team right now.
He's still on the team. He's still on the team.
Why is he traveling, though? He's not playing. Why is he traveling to a preseason game? And when he was out and Floyd, in Miami,
you know the answer to that.
Eating everything else. He was away from the team when they made it to the playoffs. He was away from the team for everything else. And I just don't know why now of all times that you're going to go.
So if he wasn't anywhere to be seen, what would you say about him? How come he's not with the team? How come he's not with the team? He's hurt, but he can still be with the team. He can still be interacting with his teammates.
You know it. I don't.
Well, you're still paying him. You haven't cut him. You haven't. He's still an employee of the Browns.
Hey, it's not that hard. They could do what Houston did and say, "Hey, you're not playing."
He still came into the facility. He just didn't hear much about him. I mean, if you want to focus on him, then that's on you. Deshaun Watson's off my radar. I don't waste my energy. Why is Deshaun Watson there? Why'd he give that guy a high five? Yeah, he's just off my radar. He's not on the Browns in my mind. If he's there, stand on the sidelines, whatever. I'm not gonna make a big deal of it.
Hey, I just want you to remember that when next thing you know,
I won't
get cut.
I won't remember that because he's not a member of the Browns in my mind.
Well, you just said he was, and he's traveling with the team.
I mean, yes, by the letter of the law, he is on the team, and the Browns can't tell him not to go.
Yeah, they can. They actually can tell him not to go.
I don't know. Maybe you know something I don't know.
It's not that hard to tell them not to go. I've seen other people do it.
Just put a little bowl of water and a little plate of food at the facility for him and be like, Deshaun, you stay here. We'll be back in a couple of days to check on you.
Yeah, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Don't worry. You'll probably tear your Achilles again by doing something stupid and not wearing your boot. It's okay.
Just don't bark at the neighbors. Make sure you use the toilet when you have to go.
No, I think for me with the Philadelphia Eagles coming up, I need to see Dylan Gabriel now. Now that I've seen Shador, I have to see Dylan Gabriel. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I have to see him. I need to see what they thought in this kid to draft him in the 3rd round. He's got to play. He's got to play this, because if he doesn't play this, it's going to leave more people clamoring for Shador Sanders. And that's fine. I need to see it. Like, I need to see that man play just so I can actually get eyeballs on him and see what he's like. Because obviously we're not at training camp. We're not the beat reporters. We're not there watching him every day. I need to see if he actually does translate. If the mindset is there, but the physical abilities aren't there, I need to see it before this preseason is over. I need to see it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think we will. It's just a matter of time. I mean, unless there's injuries that happen or something like that. But we'll see Dylan Gabriel at some point throughout the year. There's no doubt in my mind, unless he has a terrible injury or something like that. They're going to give him a chance. So, there's probably the way we sit right now, my mind, I think there's a better chance that Dylan Gabriel is with his franchise long-term than Shador. Because like I said, they view him as a potential backup for Shador. if we draft the guy in the first round next year, and feels like he's playing well, and he's maybe third string or something like that, he's gonna demand a trade, request a trade to get out of here. So, yeah, where we sit right now, I think Dylan Gabriel's your long-term backup, and still that doesn't make me feel good at all. Because how many times does a 5'10" quarterback have any success in the National Football League? Very few.
And Justin chimed in here and said, I will give Bry week 4 before he's crying for Watson. Justin, I will bet you $10,000 right now that will not happen.
Oh, my dream scenario is draft the Penn State guy next year.
Drew Aller. All right. Really? You want
not
Aller?
Not that hard to connect those dots. Medina guy.
Hey, we did it before.
6'5", looks like Josh Allen, runs like Josh Allen. It's not that. I know Ohio.
Right.
If you went to Ohio State fans, people in Ohio would be gushing over Drew Aller.
I wouldn't. Hey, until he beats Ohio State.
Well, yeah. You got to get a receiver.
Hey, you're that good. You should be able to do it.
I don't think Josh Allen would have been able to beat Ohio State in high school or college.
JJ McCarthy did, and look where he's at now.
How many times? How many times did he beat him? You brought it up.
Twice. Did he beat him twice? Shut the fuck up. He didn't start 3 times and beat them 3 times. He might have been on the roster, but he didn't.
Right, he was on the roster.
All right.
So his freshman year, he was kind of like Tebow for Tebow's freshman year. He would come in for a play here, a play there. So technically he played, but wasn't the starter.
That doesn't count. Just like the 1997 championship, that doesn't count.
Good to be back.
Good to be back. All right, Brian, let's get into some food. We will come back next week, talk more Browns next week. Let's get into Fat Boy Tuesday. And Brian, if you were a king, what would you get rid of in the food world?
And now, it's time for Fat Boy Tuesday.
All right, I'm texting Justin right now. Give me a second. Okay. So, Fat Boy Tuesday, if you're king of the world, Bri, king of the world, and you were able to get rid of any food that you could get rid of, what food would you get rid of?
Well, I feel like it's a lot of vegetables on my end, to be honest. I don't know. I don't know what the assignment was, but I just started writing down things and
salads, anything healthy,
anything. Yeah, right. All these vegetables. What do we need those for? I found a way. I put kale into a smoothie, and I can't taste it, so that's why I don't really feel like I'm eating vegetables a whole lot. But you know me, mushrooms.
James
What's James say?
James says, I'm with you, big guy. Raul chimes in. Lima beans. The lima beans you would get rid of?
I think those are vegetables. I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, they are. Mushrooms. It's a fungus. Who ever thought to eat a fungus? Like, you eat all these mushrooms. Hey, those people died over there because they got poisoned. But let's try these mushrooms over here. So it just makes no sense to me. So that's one of them. My next one was cauliflower. Just because I feel like it's a trick. It's a trick. It's a prank. It disguises as other things like cauliflower pizza. Have you ever had cauliflower pizza? Oh, that looks like a delicious pizza. Cauliflower rice. My wife famously, if she can hear me in the other room, she knows what I'm about to say. Yeah, gave me like a piece of steak or ham or something and a side of mashed potatoes. And you know me, not being able to taste as well as I can. I take one bite. I go, Who do you think I am? Who do you think you are? Trying to trick me with these cauliflower mashed potato. You don't think I can tell the difference between a potato and cauliflower? And I set it down and I didn't finish. I was just disgusted. So yeah, cauliflower, get it out of here. If you want to be cauliflower, maybe I can be okay with that. But if you're trying to disguise as all these other things, I'm just not into that. And then the other one I think we can all get on board with, and I almost don't even want to say it, because it's not necessarily in this country, but dog. I don't know. I just kind of took it there.
Oh wow, you took it there.
Does that still go on in China and Japan?
It might.
If it does, that would be the first one, the very first one that I kind of get rid of. If I'm the king of the world, you did say the world, right? Not America.
No, you're the world.
King of the world. King of the world. No dog. Nobody should be eating canine. Come on now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Lima beans. James said sushi.
Yeah, I'm with James there for sure. Raw fish. Whose idea was that?
Well, hey, Justin chimes in and said I would get rid of meatloaf.
Well, he doesn't eat any meat, so
I know, right? So what?
Meat. I don't love meatloaf, but meatloaf's pretty good.
An Indian would say cow, yeah, because cows are sacred in India.
Sure,
yeah,
I understand.
Brian, I'm trying to think, like, if I had to get rid of any thing as a king, I gotta get rid of the obnoxious super hot peppers, like the ones that just
Carolina Reapers,
like the super chilies that just light you the hell up.
Ghost peppers.
Ghost pepper can stay because it's got some flavor to it.
Really?
Yeah, because if it's got flavor, it's different. Like some of these are just hot to be freaking hot and just destroy everything. Brian, I'm not even going to lie with you. Cauliflower can die too. I can't. My wife loves cauliflower, and Brian, I'm not saying that I wouldn't eat it. I would eat it. But yeah, like cauliflower rice. Bleh. I still can't believe you got duped with the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, didn't say a word. Just here you go. Here's some delicious mashed potatoes. Probably even put a little thing of butter on it to try to fool me.
I'm trying to think of any other vegetable that I would say no to. Not really. Kale? Can we throw kale in there?
Yeah. I mean, I would never choose to eat kale by itself. Like I said, I throw it in smoothies and disguise it with blueberries and stuff so I don't taste it. But yeah, nobody's eating kale by itself.
Is there a fruit that you would get rid of?
That's a good question. Well, the first one that comes to mind because of recent events is dragon fruit.
Okay. Okay.
My wife, for whatever reason, bought dragon fruit for like the first time ever, and she's been feeding it to our daughter. And so whenever I change her diaper, she has these tiny little black seeds all over her butt.
Take those out.
Just make a mess. I can't clean them all up because they're just sticking to her legs. So yeah, dragon fruit. I'm not a fan of right now.
Let's see here. Raul said star fruit I would get rid of.
I think that's similar to dragon fruit.
The fruit I would get rid of is that team up north.
Oh boy, sounds like a Bitterman. Sounds like somebody who's lost 4 straight years.
Welcome back, Bri.
I know. Hey, I get it. If I haven't won in 2,000 days, I'd be bitter too.
I know. Other than that, like turtle? Would turtle? Yeah. Well, no, I like turtle soup.
You've really had turtle soup?
Oh yeah, we have snapping turtle soup all the time.
Oh gosh.
Oh no,
is there chunks of turtle in it?
Yeah. Oh god, yeah. Oh yeah.
Can't be good. Telling me turtle's as good as like cow and chicken and pork.
I'm not saying that's as good as, but turtle soup isn't bad, buddy. I'm not gonna lie. We snapping turtles. We made turtle soup out of it. We'd have like a whole family thing because it wasn't like just one little pot where we just do one turtle. It would be like 8 or 10 of them, and it'd be like a stew. And then here's my whole turtle soup is great.
All right, maybe I'll try it.
I'm trying to think of animals that I wouldn't eat. Yeah, there's not many. Probably tarantula. I probably would not eat spiders.
Do people eat spiders?
Oh yeah. God, yes.
All right.
Have you not watched Crocodile Dundee?
It's been a while. It's been a long time.
Bats and everything.
Oh, that's how Corona started.
Is that how Corona started? I thought.
I don't know. That's what. I don't know if some people want to call it a myth.
Thought that was something else from the Chinese government that they released.
I don't want to get into that.
Political stuff. All right. James, you eat snake. I actually have had snake in Florida. And
that sounds terrible.
It
sounds like a bucket list thing. Like you just do it to do it.
That's what I normally do though when I get food like that, Brian. If I see a place that has something I've never tried, I'll try it. Now I might hate it later, but at least I'll give it a try.
No, I'm good. I don't need. I'm at a point in my life where I don't need to be finding new meats that I enjoy. I enjoy enough.
We'll keep this up. All right. Anybody that has any other foods that they would ban, please hit us on all of our socials at Ham Illegal. Can't wait to see some of the comments for that. All right, Brian, let's get into our top 3 and we'll close out the show tonight. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Brian, I brought it up to you at the beginning of the show. Give me some surprise cuts for your top 3, but they have to be notable players.
Right.
Do you want me to go first and give you my top 3?
No, I got 3 written down here. So
okay.
I'm just going to go with number 3. I'm going to say kind of out of sight, out of mind, but kind of brings some bad PR to your club and really hasn't performed much on the field. So number 3, I'm going Devin Bush. Kind of almost forget he's on the team. But I mean, why keep him around? I know we're pretty weak at linebacker, and he's a guy who's okay. But I just think his off the field stuff you want to distance yourself from, and they're not going to cut Quinshon Judkins, so this could be some good PR for them, I guess. So he's number 3.
By the way, Michigan man, Devin Bush.
The Steelers really they tainted him. He was good. He was good at Michigan. He was good at Michigan. He was a first-round pick at Michigan. Then he went to the Steelers, and he's terrible. I mean, it's not hard to connect those dots.
I got you.
So number 2, I don't necessarily truly believe they're going to do it, but because he's a draft pick, he's an Andrew Berry draft pick, and we're not super deep at this position. But I want to be shocked if they cut Alex Wright.
Wow,
he's just kind of been okay when he gets a chance to play. And I think Elijah McGuire has passed him by on the depth chart after last year. And so I wouldn't be shocked if they just wanted somebody who could stay healthy, for a full season. So that would be maybe the next one that, would be a little surprising. And then my number 1, I don't love to say it. I hope he gets his stuff back together. But given what he did last year and given what he did in the first preseason game, Dustin Hopkins,
okay,
it's a make or miss league. And, if you're I didn't watch I was like you. I didn't watch all of the second half, but he missed a field goal. I can't remember. Do you know how far it was from?
But I don't know. I wish
I
I
don't
could
know
tell
either.
you.
So I don't know. So he did make one, but it was like from 23 yards. And then
Mhm.
even his extra points didn't make you super confident in what he was doing. So I just wonder if maybe he'll never get it back. So, and kickers are so easy to replace. You just get a guy. That's how we found Hopkins. We didn't like Cade York, so we went and got a guy off the street with experience, and he came in and he kicked well. So, yeah, he would be the guy that probably going to say goodbye to if he doesn't turn it around.
All right. You and I have a totally different top three, so this is awesome.
Good, good.
All right, so number 3 for me, Deontay Johnson. I just, I don't know why they brought him in. Everything else. Brian, here's another wide receiver. Number 2, David Bell. I think he's going to get cut off of this team. He was a third round or fourth round draft pick for you not too long ago. Third round pick. I think he's another one to go. And Bri, people are probably going to hate me for this, but I highly doubt it. Bri, I think Kenny Pickett either might get traded or cut from this team. The best availability is availability, or best quality is availability. There it is.
Best ability is
availability. And he's been injured. I know they like him, but you got 4 quarterbacks, and with the way Shador played that first preseason game, I think it would be Flacco, Gabriel, and Sanders to start the season, and I think Kenny Pickett is the odd man out. And so those are my top 3. You all right with that? All right, so how about we go after that kid that had a 70-yarder? Yeah, Brian, did you see that, by the way?
That? Oh, I did. That was unbelievable. And it looked like it might have been good from 72 or 73.
God,
unbelievable. Good for him. Cam Little, I think, is his name. Which I saw some highlight, and they called him Greg Little. So that might have been a Browns fan who was doing that highlight. Great. But I'm like, Greg Little? I don't think that's his name. Where do I know Greg Little from? No, Cam Little.
Oh, my God. I love it. All right, guys, we're here at the end of the show. Bri, trivia. So, guys
do you want to do your giveaway, or do you want to hold that for next week?
No. We'll do the giveaway. I'm sorry, I completely forgot about it.
Yeah.
We did have a name the logo giveaway, and we do have a winner. I'm going to announce it now. I'm going to reach out to him tonight. I believe it is Justin. Hashtag D4L on X or Twitter or whatever you want to call it. We have a new name for our pig logo. It is Hanford Pigskin is our new name for our logo. So we've had a whole bunch come in. We've had Hammy. We have had LeBacon James. We have had Bacon Love. We've had Porgauskas. Zagunas Porgauskas. Like we've had some great ones. Seriously, we had some great ones. But I feel for this show and for this logo, Hanford Pigskin is the name that we need to go for. So I'll reach out to him, and thank you for everybody that chimed in, commented, gave us a fun time to promote Network 216 and at Ham Legal and be able to give away a free $25 to whoever came up with the best name. So thank you for everybody that helped out and everybody that chimed in and gave us names. I'll be reaching out again. And Brian, we got a name for our pig now.
Hanford Pigskin. I like that. I got 3 for you on my own. Just because I'm going to tell you, because I spent a lot of time thinking about it. Well, actually, I spent probably half hour. So I was like, well, let me, and these are maybe some deeper cuts. It's not LeBacon James, where everybody knows who it is. But if you're a true Cleveland sports fan, you might remember these guys. Number 1, former Browns wide receiver, Hambonio Bryant.
Oh, that's a great one.
And then the next one, former Toledo Browns receiver, Toledo alumni, Andrew Ham Hawkins.
Oh.
And number 3 is.
Hey, you should have done Ham Hawk. Is what you should have done. Just
Well, that's
Ham
what
Hawk.
it is. Ham Hawkins. His last name's
Okay.
Hawkins.
Gotcha.
So that's where I was going for there. The last one, Cavs point guard. I don't know if he played with LeBron or not. I don't think he did. Smush Porter.
Okay.
That's what I got. That's the best I could do.
That's
Just really
awesome.
trying hard.
Hey, I think what was the other ones I came up with a couple. A lot of people put down Hammy just from Tom Hamilton. So
Yeah, but we
people
got
put
a
down
hammy. We got a hammy
Yeah.
in Cleveland.
Yeah, and I was like, the one lady that I showed you, I think her name is Mindy on X, with the Chicharron Rodriguez and all that stuff. Like, man, she nailed it. She really did. But I had to do something for us and our show, so that's kind of what I picked was the Hanford Pigskin because you can't go wrong with that.
Hanford Pigskin. I like it. Sure, absolutely.
All right, let's do the trivia, Bri. 2 players after Jose Ramirez that have had multi-homer games, and Jose's at 27, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't see. I forget what number he was.
I
But
think
yeah, there
it's
was a
close,
3-way tie, so he passed these 2 guys after last night.
One of them's got to be Albert Bell, right?
Albert Bell.
And this is where I get clogged up with the second one.
Come on out with it. You know it.
No, I really don't. Is it
You
it
don't
Tony?
know? Yeah. Don't tell me.
Who was fourth?
I don't know. Some guy with a black and white picture.
Oh,
Lou
I
Boudreaux or some other guy. I don't. Some 60s guy.
no, I know
Probably
Manny
has his number
was fifth,
retired.
but I
Yeah,
didn't
Manny.
know that,
That's what I saw. Manny was fifth.
I thought
Yep.
I thought Tommy was fourth. I thought there was somebody in front of Tommy, but dude, that's
Mm-mm.
hey, I'm telling you, Bri, I'm going to announce it on this show. Jose Ramirez is going to go down as the best Cleveland baseball player ever. I'm being dead serious. It's hard to say no. It's
Yeah, you're right. But there's just something, I don't know, sticks in my craw because the only reason he's going to, not the only reason, obviously he's a great player, phenomenal. Don't want to take away from his talent at all. The only reason you would be saying that is because he's the one guy who gave us a hometown discount and told us he wants to stay in Cleveland. You know, if Tommy spent his whole career here, if Manny spent his whole career here, they would probably be considered the best of all time.
But he's still putting up the numbers. That's the thing.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
staying,
Right. That's why I
and
don't
he's
want to
still
take anything
putting up
away
the
from
numbers.
him. Right. But
it's not like he took the discount and was like, hey guys, I'm just going to take the money and just sit here.
Yeah,
and chill.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. I give him total credit for that. It's just there's part of me, that in the back of my mind is like, well, yeah, that's probably going to be correct, but it's only correct because he was the one guy who says, nope, screw baseball, screw, the players union. I'm going to play my whole career in one city. It would have been nice if other guys did it.
Yep. We're at the end of the show, Bri. It's been a while since I get to say this, Bri.
Sure.
God bless them.
God bless you. God bless America.
All right. We want to thank Harold Keel and Lake Erie APA for that beautiful illegal hand to the face fantasy football league championship belt hanging right behind Bri. Good point, Bri.
Sure.
Also, City Dogs Cleveland. Please go adopt a dog from City Dogs. If you cannot adopt a dog, please volunteer, donate, do whatever you can to help out a city dog. We're here at the end of the show. We want to thank everybody for watching. Please go like, subscribe, follow us. The audio will be coming out on our Spotify and a whole bunch of other channels. So please stay tuned for that. And on that note, we're definitely uncorked, unloaded, and we will see you guys actually next Tuesday. We'll see you guys next Tuesday. Have a good night.